Greeting and welcome to the Intensive Success Growth. I am your host, Nishant Sharma. Please give warm welcome to our guest, Chris Anderson. Chris is a vision amplifier. Welcome, Chris.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Okay, let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who were you surrounded with that inspired you to do what you do today?
It's a great question. So, I'm located in Indiana here in the US and um always been around. I mean, family is always supportive of me and, pushed me to do my best and, try to make a difference in the world and be positive. Um, but it was really, from them, but also just the drive and determination on my own mind to succeed and whatever that looked like when I first started out, what is success, but moving into how can I just personally be better, how can I improve myself, how can I make a better impact on the world, and really kind of questioning why are we here, why am I here, like what is my purpose, what am I here to do. It's got to be more than just going into a normal job and working for someone else when there's really so many limits to that. I could only make so much money in my career and get to so many certain levels. And, I thought, and I knew there was more. And I started to just learn from a lot of individuals, mainly through podcasting at first, Lewis Howes, Ed Milet, all those kind of big name guys out there, Brendan Burchard, Tony Robbins, and just really just listening and learning from them and seeing the possibilities out there that entrepreneurship could have. And I finally like that's what I wanted. Like I wanted the freedom of my time and the no limits to what I could make and things of that nature, and the no limits on how many people I could help. And so just started down that path to help other people take their dreams, take their visions, and amplify them and to elevate them, to make them bigger and better. And we do that through Elevate Media Group, where we do video podcast launch and production.
Okay, great. So, what are the top three reasons why do people fail?
Top three reasons why people fail. Um, that's a good question. And I don't even know if it'll take three, because it's us and ourselves. Really, that's the biggest reason people fail is they get in their own way. I just interviewed a bunch of people yesterday for my podcast, and the top two things they told me was um, we allow fear in our minds to hinder us from actually starting, from actually taking the action to start going towards these visions and goals and dreams we have, and then we get in our own way when we're building them. We think we have to do everything at once, and do all the new shiny object things that are out there, and then we hinder our growth. So I guess there's two: not getting started, or not taking action, and then ourselves just getting in our own way.
Okay. How can you overcome shiny object syndrome?
Hmm. Yeah, that's a good one, because there's so many things out there. You really have to see like what your end goal is. So what is that big goal right now that you have? Maybe it's making, 10K a month, maybe it's making 50K a month, whatever it is. And maybe it's, just being able to have an extra 2 hours, with your family every day or something. So you've got to see what your big goal is, and you've got to reverse engineer. You got to break it down um, to the smaller goals to understand what you need to do to accomplish that. So, if that means I need to have 10 clients a month, okay, so to have 10 clients a month, what do I need to do? I need to, be seen. So I need to post at least one piece of content every day. And I need to, start at least one conversation. And I need to have, 5 new sales calls scheduled. So those 3 things every week I need to be focused on every day. I need to be focused on putting content out there. I need to be focused on starting conversations with new people, and I need to be focused on sales calls. Everything else is the shiny object unless it can push those higher. And that's again why we landed on, the video podcasting, because when you do a video podcast, you are creating content to push out there. And then it's an avenue to start new conversations with people and bring them onto your sales process. But I mean, there's a lot of things. I mean, people are worried about focusing on their email list and focusing on all these lead magnets and all these new courses and programs and having multiple things. And it just gets too much, especially as a solopreneur starting out on your own. So you've really got to just cut away all the fat and really focus on the nuts and bolts of what's actually going to get you to that profit revenue producing machine where then you can scale it.
Okay. So, what are the top three success secrets that other can model from you?
Top three success secrets. I mean, they're not. I don't think there's any really secrets. I made a decision, and that's I think the number one thing people need to do is they got to make that decision, because it starts in our mind. It starts with us. Will you do it? Alexa, stop. Just a second. Sorry about that. So, three success secrets. I would say that, there's not really any secrets because I mean, you can find all this out there. It's not like I have anything special or, unknown. I've learned from the best. And the first one I would say is you just have to make the choice because that's where it starts. It starts with us in our mind. And that's what I did. I said, I'm going to succeed. I'm going to build something where I can have more time with my family so I can have more revenue than I would make in my job. So I can help more people. It's going to happen. I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't necessarily know every step, but I'm going to succeed in that regards. Not because I'm some crazy super business person. It just, I knew I wanted what I wanted and I was going to get it. So that's the first thing is you got to make the choice because it's a roller coaster. It's not easy. It's fairly simple, really. We overcomplicate it, but there are ups and downs. There are obstacles, but you have to make that choice. That's the first success secret, I guess I could share. The second is, find somebody, a mentor who has succeeded or who is at the level you're trying to get to and pay attention and listen and learn from them and just stick to one because there's so many people, there's so many gurus out there and coaches that you get pulled in different directions and what's actually right and what's the best way. And they, they go against each other. And so find one mentor who's done what you want to do or is doing what you want to do and just stick with them and learn what they're doing, and learn what they've done. So you don't get so saturated with information that you just don't do anything. And then the third is messy action. I think the third would have to be messy action because we can get stuck in the rut of wanting everything to be perfect before, we put out our program, we put out our service, before we put out the content. When I started, I didn't have all these lights and cameras and stuff. I just started basically with a really cheap thing, and I've upgraded since. But so messy action. So just getting it out there, just getting your message out there, just getting those conversations started. And you can always improve. You can always get better. Your program can improve and be tweaked. Your services will improve. Ours have improved majorly from when we first started. So messy action. So yeah, make a choice that you're going to succeed and keep that in your mind. Find a mentor, or one or two, I guess, that have done or doing what you want to do and just stick with them and focus on them. And then the third is messy action, just getting it done. And improving later so you don't get stuck in time run out.
Okay. What's your company motto?
My company motto. The company motto really is just, elevating your brand above the competition. We want people to just continue to grow, to continue just to succeed and go higher and higher with what they're doing. And we say above the competition just because, in my mind, it's a game and you're always playing against someone. But at the end of the day, there's room for everybody in the game. So don't focus on the competition too much. You keep an eye on what they're doing, of course, and you guys can benefit from one another. But just continue to elevate your brand, be seen, and make a difference in the world.
Okay. Who is your ideal client?
Yeah, our ideal client are entrepreneurs in the online coaching space. We heavily focus on business and finance coaches who are, making between 5 to 10K a month.
Okay. How do you find your ideal client?
Yeah, so we do right now really is still a lot of organic outreach. We don't do a whole lot of paid ads as far as trying to find clients. So organic outreach is connecting with people, starting conversations, building relationships, and then, seeing if there's a need for what we offer, and then, presenting that to them, saying, "Hey, we have a solution to your problem. I'd love to chat about it." And then, a lot of ours actually come from referrals from clients that we have, which is, the best way. So we knock it out of the park with the clients we have, and then they refer people to us. Um, and so it's a win for everybody.
Okay. How do you handle rejections?
Yeah. When I first started out, and this is a big thing I had to learn was, not to take it seriously, not to take it too serious because, um, it's a lot of times it's just not the right time for people. They're not the right place or, they're not the right level, and that's okay. And at first, I would just get down. I'm like, another no, and, uh, so I eventually was able to kind of separate myself and my worth and my feelings from the results, good or bad. So if someone says no, hey, it's just a not right now, is how I see it. So let's stay connected. If I can help you in any way, let me know. It's not a big deal. Because I'm not about hard sells. I'm not about forcing people into the program just to make money. Like if it's not a right fit, it's not a right fit. So I don't spend a whole lot of energy trying to, persuade, as some of the big sales gurus will say. Because if they want it, they'll get it. And I'm not here to change anybody's mind. So I really just had to, separate myself from that. And so now if someone's like, oh no, like I'm like, hey, no problem. Like, is there anything you need that I could give you right now to help you? Any suggestions or anything like that? So I try to do what I can, still on those calls, but yeah, just being able to separate yourself from the results. Like when we bring on a new client or when I close a sale, it's great. Yes. Cause I know I'm about to help somebody who's going to help more people through what they're doing. So it's exciting for me, but it's not like, when I first started, like getting that first client, it was not like I didn't go throw a party basically. It's just kind of like, okay, cool. Here we go. Here's another one. Let's do it. Let's knock it out of the park and do our very best for them and just continue to move forward. So,
Okay. So, what are you grateful for today?
man, what am I grateful for? That's a big question because I am grateful for so much. Yeah, it's really that's everything. I was walking outside earlier today and I was just looking around at our property and we have some animals, chickens, pigs, things like that. I'm like, I'm so grateful. Like I just have this space to be able to walk out here in the morning, and just see all the animals and be able to take care of them. And then and I'm like, well, I'm grateful that I'm not at a 9 to 5 right now. Like I have this moment where I can walk outside while everyone else is driving to work. Like there's so much, healthy family, time with family. Like so I'm super grateful for everything. I'm super grateful for the stressful things too. I would love for everything to be perfect and rosy, but there are hard things. We had a bunch of stuff happen to the house this year that just financially was unexpected, but we were able to take care of it. So I was grateful that we were in a position to take care of all the upkeeps and things like that, and we were able to help other people still. And so yeah, just really trying to come from gratitude in everything, um, because we have so much to be grateful for, compared to a lot of other people. And even if we didn't, like, still be grateful that we're here and we're breathing and able to walk around at minimum. So yeah, I'm just really grateful for a lot of stuff. We could talk all time, a whole bunch on all that. So
Okay. Who is your living mentor?
my living mentor, we've got a couple good ones. I still listen to Lewis House a lot. Um, really continue to learn from him. Uh, Always my dad. He's one of my mentors still, and I've learned a lot from him growing up. My brother's a huge one, especially in the business side of things. So I'm lucky enough to have both of those still living and still really close with that I can learn from. I really like Ed Millette and just what he puts out there as well. So I follow him and things like that. So I would say those are probably the top ones.
Okay. So how young are you?
How young am I? I am. That's a great question. How young am I? I just turned 31.
Okay.
So
You are not 31-year young. You are 18-year young with more than 12-year experience.
there you go. I like it. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. What would you like to say younger yourself?
Hmm. Um, I tell myself if I could go back, um, just keep moving forward. And the big thing would be to, if you want to seek someone's advice in life, don't take their criticism or lack of connection personally. If it's not someone you would take their advice, then don't worry about their criticism or lack of connection, because it doesn't matter. It's the ones that you look up to, that you actually take their advice and you would believe what they say. If they were to say something, like, hey, you're being a jerk, like that's when you should take that in consideration. But all the people out there, the bullies, the people who are hurting themselves that say something negative, don't take that to heart. Just keep moving forward and listen to your mentors, and pray for those that hurt you, and try to help them.
Okay. Once you have revenue generating idea, how would you convince your significant others?
Hmm. Can you repeat that one?
Once you have revenue generating ideas, how would you convince your significant others?
So when I have a new revenue generating idea, how do I convince my significant others? That's a good one. Um, so basically, when I wanted to start a business, my wife and I were talking, and I said, I think I want to do this. I think I'm supposed to do this. I said, I think I'm supposed to quit my job and start a business. She's like, well, how is that? How are we gonna do that? Because you're not gonna be making any money if you quit your job. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I don't know, but it'll happen. Um, and she's very analytical. She's very, numbers. So she's a math teacher. And so, um, she had to know like how this was going to work. And I said, I can't tell you that. I said, it's just going to. And so it took some time, and faith is big in our lives. And so I did a lot of praying and asking God for direction, make sure I was doing the right thing, and not just for me but what he was calling me to do. And I told him, I said, if this is truly what you want me to do, I know that Hannah will be on board, because we're both connected, we're married, then she'll be on board with it. And that was kind of it. I just kind of let her think about it, and we had conversations in between then, and then eventually she came to me and she said, I really, have felt recently that you are supposed to do this. And so I'm on board. And I said, okay, there's the answer to my prayer, and let's do it. But that was the big one. I mean, that's what started everything. And so besides, really going in prayer and having conversations, just kind of giving her time to think on it as well, and just continuing to have those conversations and communicate, um, on what her thoughts are, and moving forward. Like, I've had ideas for other little things to start this year, and we've communicated and discussed them, and she brings great thoughts and ideas to it, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I didn't really think about that, because I'm like, here's the idea, let's just go, and we'll figure it out as we go. And she's like, well, did you think about this, or did you think about it? I'm like, well, crap, no, you're right, I didn't think about that. So yeah, just having good communication, I think, and we're always working on that. We're not perfect at it, and I'm definitely not perfect at it. So but I think that's the big thing we do.
Okay. How can we support you?
How can you support me? Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate you even asking that. The big thing I would love, just if you guys just follow me Instagram, chris.t.anderson, and you can connect Elevate Media. through there, or elevate-media-group.com. It's a mouthful, but just check out what we're doing. Stay connected, send me a message. I would love to chat with anybody. I try to be pretty good about responding on there. Yeah, that's a big one. And if there's anything I can, put out there content wise that can help you grow your business, start your business, or with podcasting, I'd love to know so I can make content that fits what people need. So,
Okay. What would you like to say about your guest experience on the show?
oh, it's been awesome. Yeah, I appreciate all the questions. Really, really good questions. And yeah, laid back, easy to talk to. So I appreciated it, and I'm thankful that you had me on.
Okay. So, what's your final word?
My final word. Ooh, this got to be a good one, right? My final word for everybody listening would be just start. Whatever it is, whatever thing you're really wanting to do, you're thinking about, you're researching, just start. Whether it be getting in shape, starting a business, whether it be, trying to heal a relationship, just try a new hobby, just start. Just start and figure it out.
Okay. So, thanks, Chris, for sharing your wisdom with us on the behalf of our community and team. We really appreciate you. Until the next time, all good wishes to you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me on. And yeah, just keep moving forward, everybody.